The Great Silk Road was once the world's most important trade artery, connecting East and West for centuries. It played a key role in exchange of goods, ideas, cultures, and technologies. However, over time, the Great Silk Road gradually ceased to function. The relevance of this topic lies in understanding the complex historical, economic, political, and technological factors that led to its decline. This analysis is especially important in the context of current global trade networks and the revival of similar initiatives, such as China's Belt and Road project. The key issue explored is what were the specific causes, both internal and external, that led to the fall of the Great Silk Road.
15th and 16th centuries, European explorers opened sea roads to the Asia. Portuguese and Spanish voyages around Africa and across the Indian Ocean offered a faster, cheaper, and safer alternative to the long and dangerous overland journey through Central Asia. Primary documents from Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama describe the speed of the profit of sea trades. Shipping logs from the British and Dutch East India companies shows that by the 17th century, maritime roads were dominating in the trade of spices, silk, and other eastern goods. Sea trade also avoided the middlemen of Central Asia, reducing costs and increasing profit, a huge incentive for traders. Here in Astana's National Museum of Republic of Kazakhstan, we can see artifacts like ceramic vessels and coins. These items reflect a time when overland trade was booming, but their absence in later periods tell the story of decline. One museum exhibit notes a dramatic drop in caravan movements after sea trade took over. Another big reason was the fall of strong empires that used to protect the Silk Road. In the 13th century, the Mongol Empire controlled most of the road, so trade was safe and organized. But when their empire broke apart, the situation changed. Different groups and small kingdoms started fighting over the land. They also began to charge high fees or attack traders. The road, which used to be connected and safe, became dangerous and hard to use.
Travelers like Marco Polo and Ibn Battuta describe long stretches of the road as risky, filled with thieves or blocked by local wars. Marco Polo's memoirs talk about needing armored guards just to pass certain regions. Historical records from Samarkand to Bukhara show economic decline after fall of Mongol stability. The National Museum in Astana contains weaponry, caravan tools, and armor fragments used by traders and guards. These items highlight the dangers merchants faced and the shift from a trade-friendly environment to a militarized one. One often overlooked reason for the decline was the spread of disease. The Black Death in the 14th century, which killed millions across Asia and Europe, spread largely via the Silk Road. This event devastated trade centers and broke connections between cities. Additionally, environmental factors played a role. Central Asia saw changes in climate that led to desertification, especially in areas like the Taklamakan Desert. Formerly, lush oases dried up and trade routes became harder to pass. In the book The Plague and the End of Antiquity, author Lester Q. Little links the road of the plague to Silk Road paths. He notes how cities like Kashgar, Samarkand, and even parts of Kazakhstan lost huge portions of their populations. Archaeological maps in the National Museum of Kazakhstan show settlements that were abandoned during this period, some of them literally covered by sand over time. The museum also displays tools found in desertified regions, giving insight into how geography influenced human behavior.
So why did the Great Silk Road stop functioning? The answer lies in the combination of massive historical forces. First, the discovery and dominance of maritime trade. Second, the collapse of political unity and rise of regional conflict. And finally, epidemics and environmental disasters that tore apart the infrastructure. While these factors worked together over time, the most immediate blow came from global trade shifting to the seas. As students, it's important for us to study not just the rise of civilization, but also their decline, because history teaches us how to build smarter systems for the future.